What if the greatest mistake a person could make is not hating God, not fighting Him, but simply living every day as if He isn't there? Because if God is real, that changes everything. Your purpose, your choices, your future. So the question stands in front of all of us. Does God exist? For thousands of years, across cultures, languages, and civilizations, humanity has wrestled with this question. From desert prophets to modern scientists, from children to philosophers, people keep looking up and wondering, is there someone beyond the universe? Or are we alone in an accident of matter and time? Some say belief in God is just inherited tradition. Others say it is a psychological comfort, a story we tell ourselves to feel safe. But when we slow down and really observe, the universe begins to whisper something extraordinary. Look at the precision. Galaxies spin in mathematical harmony. The laws of physics do not change from day to day. The Earth hangs in space at exactly the right distance from the Sun, not too hot, not too cold, perfectly positioned for life. Your heart beats, your lungs breathe, cells repair themselves. DNA carries information more complex than any library. And here is the honest question. When we see information, do we assume accident or intelligence? If you walked into a room and saw words written on a wall, you would never think paint exploded and formed sentences. You would assume a mind, because order, meaning, and design usually come from intention. So many people look at the universe and quietly conclude, maybe creation is pointing toward a creator. But the signs are not only written in the stars, they are written inside you. Why do human beings long for meaning? Why do we hunger for justice, even when it costs us? Why do we crave love that never ends? Why does success still feel incomplete? Why does beauty make us emotional? Why do we ask questions about eternity? Animals survive. Humans search. It's as if something in us remembers we are connected to more, like a compass needle that keeps trying to point north. The human heart keeps turning towards something higher, towards someone. And then there are the stories, impossible to ignore. Across the world, millions speak about encountering God. They talk about peace arriving in chaos, strength appearing in weakness, direction coming when they were lost, addictions broken, hatred replaced with love, despair giving way to hope. Are all of them lying? All confused? Or could it be that people are responding to a real presence? Not every claim is perfect, but the pattern is powerful. Those who genuinely seek often say they are found. Still, if God exists, many ask, why isn't it obvious? Why doesn't He just appear? Because forced belief is not love. If God overwhelmed every doubt, we would not come freely. We would come because we had no choice. Real relationship requires openness, not pressure. So instead of overpowering us, God leaves fingerprints, enough light for the willing, enough mystery for the resistant. An open door, not a prison. When you step back and add it all together, the order of the universe, the voice of conscience, the hunger for meaning, the countless testimonies of changed lives. At some point, disbelief starts demanding more faith than belief, because randomness has to work overtime to explain design, morality, beauty, and hope. So does God exist? For many, the evidence becomes too consistent, too deep, too personal to ignore. They become convinced that behind life is not emptiness, but intention, not silence, but invitation, not accident, but a living God. And the most astonishing part? The one who made galaxies may be closer to you than you think, but the moment someone accepts that God is real, another huge question rises immediately. If God exists, then who created him? Where did he come from? How can anything have no beginning? And that question has challenged minds for centuries. We tackle it next. If you truly want to discover who God is, don't stop halfway. Subscribe and continue the journey with us. Because understanding the next step might change how you see everything.